A new weight loss medication could soon be on the market. Drug maker Eli Lilly just finished phase 3 clinical trials for a weight loss pill. Phase 3 is usually the last clinical trial before a drug gets FDA approval. And today I'm joined by family Dr. Nita Bijoor, who will discuss the pros and cons of this new pill. She's from Oakview Medical Associates in Greenville. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's first talk about how this new drug would work and, how it compares to the injection. Normally, you take a weight loss medication by an injection in your stomach, but how does this one work?
Well, it's exciting that we have more options. This one is an oral medication. It's called orforglipron. It's a tongue twister, but mainly it's a non-peptide molecule that acts by similar mechanism to the GLP receptor, but because it is oral, it is bypassing the bioavailability issues we've had with other oral medications because the gut enzymes break it down very easily.
Okay.
This one is promising to not be degraded in the gut, and so it goes and does its job without being inactivated in the gut enzymes. So
that's why they had to be an injection before.
Right.
I know Pfizer's also had some issues with it. So let's talk about this clinical trial. Tell me, what it involved. I understand it was about 550 people. And how effective did this drug prove to be?
So they looked at the endpoints being diabetes, improvement in diabetes, and improvement in obesity or the weight loss. And they showed that I think the A1C on an average improved by 1.6 to 2 points, and then the weight actually went down on an average by 16 pounds or 7.9%.
And how does that compare to other weight loss drugs? If I remember, I think Mounjaro was more like 20%, right?
Yes, Mounjaro is over 20%, Zepbound is, and semaglutide Wegovy around 15 to 18%. So not as strong as the injectables, but still a great option for people that don't want that needle, that don't want to take an injectable. And I think we need to see more options for patients.
Now, how about the side effects? I know a lot of people, they have those gastrointestinal side effects from Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic. So how does this one compare?
So in the study, they saw similar side effect profile, nothing unusual, but the gastrointestinal, like nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, but they didn't see any major, liver toxicity or anything like that.
So do you think maybe this one's a little more tolerable than some of the other options out there right now?
I think so, and surely, once a week and weekly injectables, once you've taken it, that's going to last in your system. So if you have side effects, you have to just deal with them, whereas this is an oral medication with a half-life of about 29 to 34 hours, so it's once daily.
So if you do have side effects, actually you could get it out of your system pretty quickly. That's
right.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Do we know when it will be on the market?
So I think they're expecting the diabetic formulation to be out possibly end of 2025 or early 2026, and the obesity versions to follow. So.
All right, so maybe 2026 if it gets FDA approval.
That's
now,
right.
I did just look something up. I know a lot of people are concerned about tariffs, and a lot of pharmaceutical companies, they actually produce their medications elsewhere.
Right.
Well, Eli Lilly told Fox Business that they plan to make this drug here if it is approved by the FDA. So that's some good news. Hopefully we won't have shortages of it if that all goes as planned. So
that's great. I mean, it's good to have options, but it's also important to get it to the consumer. I think that's always been a challenge for us, insurance companies covering these medications, so we're advocating strongly for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.